I think you're on the right track of asking for guidance about something. I mean, I like asking intuition empowering questions. So, a disempowering question examples are, what am I doing wrong? Why am I not making any
Mhm.
money? Why can't I find the right relationship? It's almost like the questions themselves kind of make you feel depressed.
Yeah.
But asking for a question or requesting information, like, what can I do to attract a wonderful partner? Or what can I do to create more abundance right now? And, as we've already said, the answer doesn't always come right away. But I usually find when I request information that sometime within the next day or two, there will be some answer in some form. Yeah.
So how do you feel about affirmations?
Oh, I love them.
Okay. Okay.
I do. They've really gotten me through trying times. I know they sound kind of like, so simplistic, and I think you have to find the one that works for you. Because my favorite ones are maybe a statement kind of, may all of this unfold with ease and grace. So it's like kind of the expectation that it's not going to be a lot of drama, that that there's support and protection around me. So that's one favorite affirmation. I'll figure this out, because I think a lot of times when we're stuck, we're just going, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. But simply saying, I'll figure this
Uh-huh.
out, that's a great one. So those are my two favorites. But I think you have to find the one that really fits for you. And there's certainly lots of ideas about affirmations, but on the internet. But I find that they're important. Maybe not for the obvious way, but because I think an affirmation or a positive mindset invites intuition. So if you're constantly saying to yourself, I'm unlucky, or I don't know what to do, or I'm stuck, or good things never come my way, it's almost like you're blocking the intuition. I probably all of us have had a good friend who's really having a difficult time, and maybe we've got great advice or somebody we want to introduce her to, or an idea, and they're going, no, 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 I'm this is just not working for me. And so it's sort of like that with intuition. I think that when we're thinking really negatively, we often block that intuitive guidance that's there to help us out. So I like affirmations for that reason alone.
And I love your number 3, what could I do today to move it?
Yeah.
Because God doesn't drive parked cars is what I was told. I can't sit in the corner wishing and wishing,
Yeah.
"I want this, I want that."
Right.
You've got even any steps in the direction
Right.
creates energy.
Yeah.
And, even, no matter what it is, it's, yeah, like putting energy towards what it
Hmm.
is you wanna do, like the universe rises to meet you. I don't know how or why, like you said.
Yeah. The
Um
analogy I like to use is, I think intuition is very much like our inner GPS. And if you program the one on your car or your phone, it doesn't really start giving you directions about your next steps until you put the foot on the accelerator. So that's when the information, so kind of like you're taking the steps, taking some action, you're moving forward. And that's when the information comes in about, go in this direction. So I think it's amazing how the universe works, but it really does have our back. It wants us to succeed. I tell people, one of the ways very simply to listen to their intuition is, if a decision feels draining, boring, heavy, enervating, that's your intuition saying that's not the best next step for you. But if you feel anywhere between excited, curious to mildly interested, wildly excited, that's your intuition saying go in that direction. And the caveat I will say is that almost everybody tells me that they get scared trusting their intuition because it usually moves them out of their comfort zone. End a relationship or begin a relationship or end a job or begin a job or do something new, that it always feels a little bit scary. And so, that anxiety or that fear is not your intuition saying no. It's just a normal, that's what happens when you're doing, to all of us, when you do something
Yeah.
new. So I think that's the biggest thing that I hear when I'm doing intuitive readings. It's like, well, I think I want to do this, but and then I hear a lot of people going, oh, I don't have the confidence, or I don't have the money, or I don't have this, or I don't have that. And it's fear speaking. So take steps, baby steps, in the direction of your dreams, and the universe takes a lot of steps to meet you.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. If the idea of it fills you with joy,
Yeah.
that's it. And I was told God didn't put I used to spin to this really motivational person. I mean, Oprah took her on the road. Well, you're a
Oh,
motivational
cool.
speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she'd be like, God didn't put that dream in your head for no reason,
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
anyway, and, and she'd go on this whole
Yeah.
thing, and,
And
yeah,
yeah, I get that, and I say that to a lot of people, it's because they say, "Well, it's like I have this big dream," but and I say the exact same thing, God, universe, your spirit, whatever, did not put that in your heart or in your mind and say, "No, I'm not giving you anything to get help you get it." It's there because you're meant to act on it. I call those things intuitive nudges. If they keep coming back, "Oh, I'd like to do this. Oh, I've always thought about doing that." If they keep coming back to you, that's yours to act on. A lot of times people ask me about, what's my mission or what's my purpose? And, to me, it's not like a specific job, like Lauren, you're supposed to do podcasts or something. It's not that. It's more, you're doing the thing that you like to do, but it's stepping into the bigger dream of it. It's like, how can I help others with this? How can I expand this? How can I have courage and do this in an even bigger way? And, that's your mission. It's like really stepping into the energy of your own power.
yeah, that I love that one too, and it's like this Angela Manuel Davis, I was in my Dark Night of the Soul that I talk about in my
Mm.
intro, and I was in her class spinning in the back row. It's pitch black. She's doing her thing, and I'm crying, and, she did, "I don't know who I'm talking to right now, but someone needs to hear this," and I don't even remember what she said, but something in me shifted, and I knew I'd be okay.
Yeah.
And
Interesting.
it's not like everything changed in that moment, but I knew I'd be okay.
Yep. Yeah. There's
And
sometimes I think a real healing energy that people can put out. It's not necessarily the words. It's just that hope, inspiration, energy that like kind of sounded like it shifted you in that class. Yeah.
yeah, and,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like money rained down on me, like, I was
Right.
having I think I everything looked good on the outside, and yet, how am I gonna feed my kids?
Yeah.
Like, I had this thriving law practice and everything else, but the money wasn't like, I wasn't getting
Yeah.
paid anywhere, and I was like I had
Yeah.
employees, I had all this stuff, and I was like
Oh,
I was just so scared, and I couldn't tell anyone, and, like, I don't know. I wrote her the longest letter too. I'm
wow.
like, "You probably don't even know me,"
Oh,
and she grabbed me the
wow.
next time I came in, and I had classes in the QUE,
Hmm.
however you say that word, anyway,
Yeah.
and it's not like I was paying for them, and she grabbed me when I came in, and she said, "I know," and pulled me in an office and goes, "I've been there. I know exactly what you're talking about."
Wow, wow. But
Yeah.
that's so helpful for people to know because I think especially with social media being so prevalent, we all think that, everybody's got this happy, happy, successful life, happy, happy marriage, they're all everything's great. And
Yeah.
look, I think there's probably not one of us who has not been through the dark night of the soul, however deep or not, that have had those
Oh,
setbacks,
yeah.
that have had those fears that whether it's money or, a cancer or, find out your partner's unfaithful or something,
Oh,
it's like I
everyone
think
goes
we
through it.
we everybody goes through it, Oh my gosh, we could probably spend another hour recounting those things for everybody. But, I
Absolutely.
think that's one of the things I feel most grateful for. One is in getting older, recognizing that I've gone through those times, that I've managed to thrive. But it's also just seeing that in my clients. I mean, it's funny business in a way. It's not like a regular coach where you might be talking to people every week. It's like people call me maybe once or twice a year, or once and I don't hear from them again for 10 years or something. But and so I often hear them when they're in that despairing place. I've run out of
Mhm.
money or whatever the issue is, and then I talk to them later, and it's like, oh God, this is what turned out. This is I just had the baby, or I just, I'm now in remission, or so it's given me a lot of faith and hope that, even in my own life, when those dark times happen, that things turn around. They don't usually stay that way.